stealth mode at Notman House, and we're going into RobotGrrl's secret lab and growing startup talent in the Canadian ecosystem. Welcome to episode 8 of VCTV Weekly Update. Notman House is the vortex of the startup world here in Montreal and maybe even in Canada. This is where it all happens. The second cohort of the Founder Fuel Demo Day is getting ready right here. We've got some companies. We can't show you any of the logos and we can't tell you who's involved. But this is some of the offices. These are some of the offices. We're just going to peek around. And there's more happening over here. No logos. Shh, don't look. And look, little private discussions going on in the hallway. Can't see. And this is where the big meeting happens. Can't show any faces. Let's see what's happening upstairs. This logo we can show. Real Ventures and Founder Fuel. It happens over here in this room. And here we are in Real Ventures' office. And look, there's JS hard at work, as always. And some more startup companies, but we can't show you who's who. All around. And the secret behind getting them all going is not only their smart brains, their extreme talent, but it's their energy. And where does the energy come from? The source. Welcome to Notman House. We hope you enjoy episode 8. Welcome to VCTV. Hi, I'm Kristina, and I'm here with JS Cournoyer, Real Ventures, and we're continuing our discussion from last week about Canadian talent. Hey JS, how's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So, what about the Canadian talent? Do we have any? Of course we do, but is there enough?
So I work with entrepreneurs on a daily basis. So I absolutely believe that we have enough great entrepreneurs here to build great companies. I think what's been difficult for entrepreneurs the past 12 years. I mean, I've been in the industry in Montreal for about 12 years. So I'll talk about my time in the industry, but what's been very difficult is I don't think we've had an ecosystem that was conducive to building great companies. So and that starts with the mentors and the advisors at the really early stage of company creation, and we don't have a lot of people that have been successful in the IT sector in Quebec or in Montreal, and I'd even say in Canada in general, as you compare to other ecosystems like Silicon Valley or Toronto or not Toronto, but Boston or New York. We have very few investors that do the Series A, Series B rounds. You can count them on your fingers. You have Inovia, Row, the BDC, Omers, and that's about it. So now, all these players, they're not focused on investing in Montreal-based companies or Quebec-based companies. They invest all over the place. So it basically creates a situation where you have very few companies that have the possibility to raise venture money to grow beyond the initial seed stage. The other thing that's difficult is how do you hire staff? So if you're building a company in the Valley and you start to get traction, you can very quickly go and hire people from some of the other companies in the ecosystem. So ex-Google guys, ex-Facebook guys, ex-Microsoft people. You don't have these people. Well, you have some of them, but they're few and far between.
What can we do to help attract more of these players to come and help us out? So
I think the first step, which is also why I'm doing seed investing, we're doing seed investing at Real, is to help structure the companies in a way where they will they'll increase their chances of attracting the people and the investors. So where the management team will be more structured, where the company from the start will have a great grand vision, where it will have spent its capital in a very efficient way to get some initial market validation. So when you do all of that early on, your chances of raising VC money, of attracting an Anovia and OMERS, or even in US investors is much higher. That your chances of hiring key management people, even if they're not from Montreal. So I think Boston, New York specifically will, the VCs there are going to start looking at our ecosystem a bit more if we do our job in preparing the companies for that. So that's one way to get...
Great. Well, it seems like there's a lot of things that could happen, and we're slowly building up that ecosystem.
We are, yeah.
And talking about the ecosystem, what's new and happening at Real Ventures and in this VC sector these days?
So we spoke about, a few weeks ago, we spoke about Cinemagram.
Yes.
So it doesn't look like it's a fad. Their numbers have been increasing day to day. I'm not sure if I can divulge the numbers, but it's hundreds of thousands of members. It's more than 1 million cinemagrams created already.
Excellent.
Lots of engagement. So we may have our first big consumer web play in Montreal. Maybe the next Instagram is in Montreal. Who knows? So they're doing really well. Still looking to hire people. So don't be afraid to send in your resume. Another thing worth mentioning: the Startup Festival mid-July announced that the call for startups. So startups that want to present at this, and be part of the. Last year was 12. This year I'm not sure how many we'll have, but time to apply is now. So make sure you go to the website. Website is startupfestival.com, and make sure you apply.
So Phil and his team are working hard getting everything started. Super.
That's right.
Well, we look forward to being there too.
Cool.
Thanks again, JS. It's great
My
talking
pleasure.
to you.
All right. Take care.
Take care. And I'm here with RobotGrrl for our monthly update with her, and we're actually at the Robot Lab. This is where it all happens. It's really exciting to be here. So I see RoboBird is evolving. What's going on with RoboBird these days?
So we had the pieces actually laser cut. What I did was I modeled them on the computer beforehand, and after a few test cuts, then this is what sort of evolved from it. It's all a laser cut acrylic chassis, really. And we also have the first PCBs created. So it's basically just an Arduino layout, but with some special things that are specifically for RoboBird. And right now we're just trying to test it out, really, and see what works and see what doesn't work.
And this is really exciting to be here because you also have your Robo parties here every Thursday night.
Yeah, every Thursday.
How does it happen?
So what happens is basically all the robots gather around here, and I situate the webcam close to that. And on my other computer then is where the hangout is happening. So you get to see all of the other robots very close up and see what's happening in their labs too.
So they were doing some social networking last time at Notman House.
Right. So basically the robots can communicate with each other through a mesh network and then through the internet as well.
So can you tell me a little bit about the 3D printers and how they work?
Sure. So robotics with 3D printers is basically if you imagine an object that you want, then you can have it printed just by using a 3D model. So say if you need a shower hook for your shower curtain, you could have that printed on your 3D printer. And there's an online repository of a whole wide variety of various things that you can print out, so you don't have to actually model it yourself. You can just basically click, download it, and have it printed for you.
With all these innovative, original ideas, and this being a startup VC type show, how can we get more people involved in robotics?
That's a good question. Really, it's just look online or join your local hackerspace, or just look at your local high school. Maybe they have robotics too.
You're trying to get to Maker Faire coming up soon, right? So
yeah.
You're doing a little bit of fundraising.
Yeah.
How can we help you?
You can either buy a robot party poster, or you can just donate on my website.
So thanks for having us here, RobotGrrl. It's really epic being here where the robot parties happen. We're really here at Robot Lab. This is so exciting.
Thanks.
Well, we'll be catching up with you again.
Okay.
So thank you for visiting VCTV, and if you liked your show, you can subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. We're also on Twitter and on Facebook. Come back again and see us real soon.